I don't work for the government, so I can say what I want. And I'm not going to wait for any reports. We are not spending enough money on counter-hypersonics. We have $157 million for that this year. That is nowhere near enough. In a couple of years, we are going to be down to $116 million. And then I think by 2024, we'll bounce back up to 122. That is nowhere near what we need to be doing. We'll be spending $35 million a year less in 5 years than what we're spending right now. That is not moving at the speed of relevance. We were able to turn on a dime and spend billions of dollars on hypersonic offense. And that's, as I said before, that's admirable and that's good. But I will think that we're serious about that when we're able to start spending billions of dollars on defense. I know that dollars don't always translate into capabilities, but right now we need some dollars so that we can have some capabilities. And I will say one more thing about the leadership, and that is we have had a real problem with consistent leadership at the Department of Defense. And I'm very happy that we have Secretary Esper now, but we need confirmed long-term people who can make an argument in a sustained case, and we need people at OMB and we need people in other places that are going to be there and that know the learning curve and that know who they need to work with in Congress and the other relevant agencies. And I hope that we have that at least for the next couple of years starting now. There is a massive disconnect between our budgets and what we say needs to be done and what the programmatic and policy inertia is that we are actually doing. And everyone in this room knows it. The budgets and programmatics are just not there. In the past few years, billions of dollars have gone to contracts for hypersonic strike for multiple services. And that's a good thing, that's admirable, we need that. But no such priority has been given to hypersonic defense. So, as Mitch mentioned, some people are saying it's too hard. We've had some senior military officials say that it's too hard and that we shouldn't try. Some people are saying that the best defense is a good offense and the offense is sufficient. And then about a month or so ago, there was this New York Times article that was wailing about how hypersonics are simply unstoppable. And I think that is simply untrue. It does not seem quite right to me. Hypersonic glide vehicles or hypersonic scramjet cruise missiles have challenging trajectories. That is true. But they are not invulnerable. They are not invincible. It's a tricky type of air defense, but it's not impossible. And by the way, they're not even that fast compared to some ballistic missiles. So let's not be scared of trying to find an achievable hypersonic defense. And guess what? Some of those aspersions on the counter-hypersonic mission are at odds with what Mark Esper said in his recent congressional testimony in his defense secretary hearing. And John Hyten has been very consistent over the last few years making the case about taking on this mission. And that's right, because the strategic threat is real. They're designed to circumvent our defenses, our active defenses, THAAD, Patriot, Aegis, and to go around or under them. So the strategic significance is that they are a more sophisticated way to hold our forces at risk and thereby undermine our broader defense goals, especially our regional goals. Again, everyone here knows the elements of what needs to be done: space sensors, interceptors, command and control. The problem is political. The 2020 budget did not reflect the masterpiece that we were told it was going to be. These guys, John Rood, Mike Griffin, the rest, have told us that this needs to get done. And I believe that they think that, and they have the right vision. But again, here's the big disconnect. If budgets are true expressions of priorities, then we're in trouble. So we can't minimize the scale of change that has to be made in order to prioritize this mission to the extent that policy statements suggest we need to. And let's not kid ourselves, the challenges are not insignificant. There are a lot of really good people with really good intentions. But there's also serious organizational confusion in the Pentagon's R&E Undersecretariat, as we've just seen in questions about the future of the SDA. So how do we move forward? It's going to depend on the fundamentals, including leadership at the highest levels of the Pentagon to realign word and deed and prioritize counter-hypersonic mission as it should be, as Esper and Hyten have said it should be. And it's going to take disciplined, steady leadership to make that case time and time again so this can become a reality. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about that more. But my bottom line would be this: as with every other aspect of our defense posture, it's going to have to be a balanced strategy. The administration, the Pentagon, people in Congress appropriating for 2020, and those putting together the 2021 POM should prioritize more of an offensive and defensive mix.